Candlepin Stars and Strikes is brought to you by the Thompson family of dealerships in Nashua, New Hampshire, and by Tri-State Megabucks and the New Hampshire State Lottery, helping New Hampshire schools one ticket at a time. WNDS Sports presents New England's favorite bowling show. From Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire, featuring the best bowlers from around the region. Candlepin Stars and Strikes. And now your hosts, Dick Lutz and Mike Morris.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome into another edition of Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV from Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. Dick Lutz with Mike Morin. We're halfway through our final ladder series of the season. We're looking for that sixth participant in the Tournament of Champions at the end of the year. Thus far, it's been Gary Carrington winning a couple of matches. 2 weeks ago, a great shot in the last frame, and last week, a 463 triple. He's been red hot.
Question is, can anybody beat Gary Carrington? Now, he's coming out of that troubled 4 spot that nobody's ever gone and won a ladder championship from the number 4 spot. He's determined to make that happen.
Well, he's got another obstacle to overcome this afternoon in John Zappi. Let's meet our bowlers. Winner of 2 matches from Plastow, New Hampshire. Let's welcome back Gary Babe Carrington.
Big average, 133. High single, 196. Recently bowled a 499 as his new high triple. Bowls out of Park Place in Wyndham, and also bowls in the Friday night traveling pro league.
2 weeks ago, Gary defeated Bob Anderson 375 to 366. Last week, it was 463 to 356 over John Planton. This week's opponent, the number 2 seed from Quincy, Massachusetts. Let's say hello to John Zappi.
And this is his 9th appearance on Candlepin Stars and Strikes. Average 125, high single 182. His best 3 is 485. Bowls out of Lucky Strike in Dorchester and the Hanover Bowlodrome.
And John rolled a 669 in the roll-off to earn the number 2 seed. It's Gary Carrington and John Zappi. Right after this, when we come back to Leda Lanes for Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV.
No matter which member of the Thompson family of dealerships you visit, you're sure to hit the mark. Nashua Mitsubishi, wake up and drive with the hottest imports on the market. Nashua Hyundai, when you get more and pay less with America's best warranty, you win. McMulkin Chevrolet Cadillac, break through with the best cars and the best value. As always, we'll be there. Shopping at the Thompson family of dealerships is like bowling a perfect game. You can't miss. It's all off the DW Highway in the Automotive Village, South Nashua.
Hi, everybody, from New England Motor Car, located on the Daniel Webster Highway right across the street from the Pheasant Lane Mall in Nashua, New Hampshire. I'm here today. It's nice and cold. The sun's shining, but you know what? Winter still has a long way to go. But I'm excited because General Motors, GMC, has come out with all-wheel drive conversion vans. That's right, a conversion van in all-wheel drive. So if you're out looking at these full-size sport utilities, Cadillac Escalades, Ford Expeditions, stop right now. Get down here to New England Motor Car. You owe it to yourself to take a look at what we have. That's right. We've got leather interior here. We've got 22-inch flat-screen televisions. Your kids can hook up their Nintendo 64, a DVD player. You got a fold-down sofa bed. All these luxury items coupled with the safety and convenience of all-wheel drive. General Motors, all-wheel drive conversion vans only at New England Motor Car, Nashua, New Hampshire.
Has shortness of breath, arthritis, or joint pain limited your mobility? If you have any condition that limits your movement, then Lakeside Mobility and Scooter will get you moving again. You might even qualify for one of our mobility products at little or no cost to you. We take great pride in offering affordable mobility products, and we'll even deliver them right to your home. And at Lakeside Mobility and Scooter, we service what we sell, so you never have to worry about having limited motion. Call us today at 1-877-652-7772.
We began with 5. We are down to 3. Gary Carrington has eliminated Bob Anderson and John Plant. John Zappi, this afternoon's opponent, with top seed Dan Allard waiting in the wings. And we are ready to go from Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire for Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV. We have seen some great bowling over the past couple of weeks. A 463 last week by that man, Gary Carrington. Did not hit the head pin, but almost had a strike. He starts off where he left off.
Maybe the most dominant bowler these days. I know you could make a case for Chris Sargent, although he is, I guess, unofficially out of the game right now, living in Florida. Last we heard, although he did try out for this particular ladder, didn't make it.
Look at that shot for Gary Carrington. The man knows how to bowl. 2 marks in a row to start out. Now John Zappi, the stylish lefty from Quincy, Massachusetts. Threw it past the head pin.
And it crossed his body and went by on the right side with a 4-drop.
And he picks one. During the course of the match, we'll get to some emails and regular mail that came in over the past several weeks. A lot did. And that's a 7-box for John to start out.
We have a microphone up at the bowler's table there. Sometimes you hear a little chatter going on. Not too much over the last couple of weeks, but it's there to capture the sound.
That's a good pocket ball by John, leaves the 10-pin standing. John's 29 years old, the shipping manager at Ellsworth Supply, a plumbing and heating business. He and Leanne have been married since December of 2000. And he has the mark. So both bowlers with marks to start out. Gary with back-to-back spares. John with a spare in the second frame.
If you'd like to ring the register for some extra cash here.
Sure.
Right off the bat. $50 if he gets a mark here.
Again, he threw it away, but he got a good break. 6 pins to fill the spare. And not an easy shot, but it is makeable. The 1-3. 7 and 9, but he does not make it. So he'll be open for the first time. And a 9-box. Gary is 46 years old, averaging 133, has a couple of sons. Matt's 21, a junior at UNH. I have a 21-year-old son who's a junior at UNH. Maybe they know each other. Mike is a 14-year-old ninth grader at Timberlane.
And here today. So leaving the 2 and the 10, and no wood to work with here.
Look at that. The 10-box.
Makes it look easy, doesn't it?
Sure does.
I mean, for those that bowl, you know this is not an easy game. And for those that have never bowled but watch, it looks easy. But it's not. Get out and try it if you haven't lately.
John right on the head pin, right through the head pin, breaks up the spread eagle. Puts 6 in his mark.
And again, no wood for Zappi on this.
Tough shot. Take 3 on the left.
Nice grind up there.
Hear Gary chattering a little bit. Bowlers all support each other, even though they're bowling against one another. They still support one another with encouragement.
Good first ball by John. The 10-pin still stands. Piece of wood out in front. Not as easy as it looked. I knew that was going to happen. I could see it was out there, and I thought of it when a ball left his hand. And that'll be a 10-box.
Yeah, could have tied up the match if he'd have made that spare.
Ed Tringale, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, from Peabody, Massachusetts. Could be Tringale, I suppose. I'm not real sure. Writes, I believe the term high-low jack is short for high-low jackpot. I think it was a regular thing on the old Channel 5 show. It was. After each week's competition, they'd set up the 1-7-10. The winner would have a shot at making it, taking home the jackpot. If he missed it, the loser would then have a chance. If neither one made, the pot would increase for next week. That sounds about right, as my recollection.
Oh, and it would go months and months without being hit for thousands of dollars sometimes.
Gary Carrington with a mark. Stacia Zernicke hit it 6 times, Tony Zernicke told me. Made a lot of money doing it.
Wow.
We had a viewer who wrote in a couple of weeks ago mentioning that Stacia made a lot of money hitting the high-low jack. I checked with Tony between tapings. He told me she made it 6 times. There's Gary Carrington again. Isn't he something? 4 horsemen right side makes it look easy. 2 marks in a row. 4 marks in the string. Last week, was it last week? Gary had 3 shots at the triple strike.
I believe it was.
3 doubles.
Yeah.
Is John Zappi with a strike of his own. $575, by the way, in the triple strike jackpot, if you're planning ahead. Oh, good ball. Looked like he deserved better than that.
Right where he wanted it. For a lefty in the 1-2 pocket.
And look what he has staring back at him. The 6-10 on the right, the 7 on the left, no wood to help out.
He was rooked.
Put 8 in the strike. And a 9 box. Another email regarding the high-low jackpot. Blaine Sampson from Haverhill, Mass. Hi, Dick and Mike. I'm just writing to throw in my 2 cents about the origin of the term high-low jackpot. It started on Don Gillis' show. And I believe it was simply named that because the jackpot builds up to a high level until someone makes the shot. Then it reverts to a low starting level, and the cycle is repeated. High-low jack is a shortened variation that popped up over time. Well, that's it. You guys do a great job. I watch every Sunday from Blaine Sampson in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Will it go? Yes, it does. That's $50 in bonus money for Gary Carrington. Watch this again. No chance, right? As you look at it, no chance, no chance. There it goes.
He is a joy to watch, isn't he? Looking for 2. He'd like that wood to roll out of the way, and it will, all the way into the right-hand gutter, leaving the 2 and the 5, and this could be 4 marks in a row. He's already sewn up $50 in bonus money with that strike.
Can he get a couple more? Yes, he does. $25 on top. And another big string for Gary Carrington. John Zappi trying to stay close. John threw a good first ball.
Yeah, that could have been 3 strikes in a row for him. Had one in the 5th, had a great shot in the 6th, and this one almost went as well.
And he's got it. He just kept it on the alley. I think he was worried it was going to fall off.
I'm amazed that he throws it at such little angle for a left-handed bowler. You're a lefty, and you know you kind of want to go more cross-lane. But he's got such great control.
On the spare, right on the head pin. There's the strike. Could have been 4 in a row, Dick. So John's trying to hang close. Watch it again. The 5 pin, the last to go. Great crowd on hand enjoying this terrific bowling by a couple of the best. We have seen some spectacular bowling this season. Gary Carrington right on the head pin. Put 7 in the spare and another spare opportunity.
Very makeable. 3-6-10 with some wood between the 6 and the 10, which can do nothing but help.
There it is.
5 in a row.
$100 in bonus money in this string. He won $275 in bonus money last week, including $50 for having the high string in the match, and he's on his way to a pretty high string right now. That one missed the head pin. He's still got a good break. Put 7 in the mark.
Looking at a 160-plus game if he can make this.
Got a shot at it, missed the head pin. He's at 150. That's what it is, a 150 for a string.
Bowler with the high string every week, another $50. Which Gary won last week with a 161.
I mentioned an email that we had from Blaine Sampson in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Another part of the same email. John, will he get it to go? He's got a shot at a mark here, though.
Get it up.
He asked if we know the lowest score ever ruled on this show for a box, a string, a triple, or in any TV appearance. Does anybody know the answer to that one? It's John with a mark. So that's $50 in bonus money for John Zappi. And he also throws in a picture of a bowling team, a Candlepin bowling team from the early 1900s, copied from an eBay listing. And they're showing 6 pins. Get a look at that photo?
I did, yeah. That's you, the second from the right in the back row, isn't it?
John with 6 in the mark.
This will be a tough one to make. Is he going to use the wood, Dick?
I would. Why not? What do you got to lose?
It's so close to the edge.
He's trying it. Yeah, he capped the wood.
Wow.
Good idea, John.
Gary's saying, right idea, John.
And a 10 box and a 136 for a string for John Zappi. So he did not get blown out of the water with Gary Carrington's 150. A 14-pin lead for Carrington, headed to string number 2 as we continue from Leda Lanes in Nashua. You are watching Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS-TV.
Now's the time to get great Toyota values. $750 cash back on a quality-built Toyota Camry is a lot to like. Or you could get 0% APR financing. Or choose Highlander and get first-time ever cash back of $500 on all models, including those with available all-wheel drive and third-row seating. Toyota's nationwide sales event with legendary quality and incredible selection ends April 5th. Hey, what's not to like?
You know the great thing about flipping a coin? The odds are always the same. No matter how many times you flip, heads or tails will come up equally. Nice to know when you're playing the lottery's new daily game, Heads or Tails. Simply pick 5 of 34 numbers, then choose heads or tails. If you match 2 or more numbers, you win. If you match 2 or more numbers and match heads or tails, you win double, up to $50,000. It's a 50% chance to double your winnings every time you play. Well, almost.
When it comes to roofing, nothing is stronger or more durable than a metal roof. And when it comes to metal roofs, nobody does them better than Manchester Steel. For a limited time, get 1,000 square feet of steel roofing installed on your home for just $38.50 in your choice of colors. You'll love the way it looks, and each roof is fully guaranteed. Put the strength of steel to work for you. Call Manchester Steel today at 877-219-1281.
Inca Bibble Golden Crisp, Dasa McCain.
I'll try some.
Frank Newby, Golden Crisp Saney Pin up to Knob Knob. Wow Wow Bobbleberry up to Nib Knob.
You can't understand how good new McCain Golden Crisp are till you try them.
Rattleby.
Rattleby. Ta, Rattleby.
McCain Golden Crisp stay perfectly crisp outside with real baked potato inside, so they taste like the best fries you've ever had.
Really?
New Golden Crisp from McCain. You won't get it till you get them.
You see these trophies that I'm holding in my hand right now? They belong to the young man sitting between Michael and me right now. This is Al Caprillion, chief meteorologist at WNDS-TV. This cup says Fairway Junior Boys League 1972-1973. Outstanding assistant captain Al Caprillion. And this one says Fairway Senior Boys League 1976-77 third-team All-Star Alan Caprillion right here. And we welcome Al Caprillion to our table right now at Candlepin Stars and Strikes.
Thanks, Dick, and it's great to be here, and thanks for having me down again.
You were a bowler, huh?
Yes, I did have a life before WNDS. I was on every Friday night, Fairway Sports World out down in Natick. And
we'll talk to Al Caprillion during the course of the next string as John Zappi gets ready to start off our second string, trailing by 14 pins to Gary Carrington. You bowled at Fairway in Natick?
Yes.
Al's, of course, a Natick.
It's been a long time, though.
A native of Natick, Massachusetts. And I suspect that when you were a kid, as when I was a kid, that bowling was a big thing every week.
Right. Well, especially in the fall and winter.
Well, these trophies are pretty good, Al. Yeah.
I've kept them all these years.
Good for you. John trying to get the mark. He'll settle for a 9-box. Did you bowl every week?
Every Friday night.
Every Friday.
What kind of average, do you remember?
Oh, I was in the 80s. I
Were
was in the 90s, near 100.
Kind of warm today, Al. What's going on with the weather? It's a strange weather pattern, huh?
It's strange.
Well, this is March 28th as people watch it, so, you know, people
we're
could be
taping today, yeah.
Yeah, people don't know. It could be a blizzard out there.
But as we tape, it's been a crazy winter. We had snow early, and then it was cold weather, and then not a lot of snow.
Not a lot since January, no. We're in a dry spell.
Are we in danger of a drought?
We are. But there's already been some small brush fires, so...
John with a couple of 9s.
Well, there's been no drought of marks for Gary Carrington.
No, there's no drought here.
He had 463 last week, which is a phenomenal triple.
Do you remember your high string, Al?
Probably in the hundreds, low 100s, 90s. My average is in the mid-80s. Now, don't ask me. I'm lucky to get.
Have you bowled recently?
Not recently. Not Candlepin, anyway.
You mean you cheated and went to the other side?
Yeah.
Oh, look at Gary Carrington. He's unbelievable. Gary continues to make impossible shots. The tougher the shot, Gary makes it. On lane 33. Right on the head pin. Leaves himself a tough shot here.
All right, so how do you make this shot, Al? What's your advice to Gary?
Strikes on WNDS TV.
It gave
love and revenge, two of your favorites.
Of sex.
This may well turn out to be my most famous exploit.
Power.
I love you so much.
Passion.
You're in love with this woman.
No, not at all.
And destruction. John Malkovich, Glenn Close, Michelle Pfeiffer, Uma Thurman, Dangerous Liaisons.
Tonight at 8 on Movie Watch. Arnie Arneson and her panel of guests analyze politics on the local, national, and international level on Capital Ideas, a different kind of talk show. Sundays at 1 p.m. on WNDS.
John Zappi to lane 34. He trails Gary Carrington by 27 pins as Gary tries for his third win in a row. Dick Lutz with Mike Morin, joined by Al Caprillion, chief meteorologist for WNDS TV, who brought in a couple of old bowling trophies to show us from his days at Fairway Lanes in Natick, Massachusetts. Al, a Natick native. Our crew here today at Leda Lanes, Kevin LaFawn's our director, Jonathan Barraza's on replay, Alex Kalyastoff's on audio, Keith Webb is our engineer, Eric Angra, Brett Bossy, and Joe Began, our camera crew. You get to watch the best Candlepin bowlers in the world each and every week due to the fine effort of that crew. And John Zappi with a 10-box. What's the most amazing thing you've seen in technology over the years? The thing that really stands out?
The next red radar. I think the radar is the big thing.
Doppler radar that they use?
Yeah, and the next generation radar that can detect curvature and tornado development and warn people a lot faster, especially down in Oklahoma, Texas.
Yeah, where they get a lot of tornadoes.
Yes.
Yeah. Because tornadoes strike fast, and it's the type of thing where...
That's right. The lead time is a lot quicker right now.
John with a 9-box, still looking for his first mark of the string.
Well, I'm still waiting to be invited to fill in when you go on vacation. I did television weather in Toledo.
You want to? Just let me know. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe sometime this summer.
It's been about 20 years. I'd have to get a little lesson on the technology. I mean, I was using magnetic boards back then.
Now it's the green wall.
The green wall, yeah.
Yes.
Talk about the hippy-dippy weatherman. Man, there's Mike Moran right there.
Now I got some old video.
I'll have to put you in front of the green wall next time you come down to the station.
It used to be a blue wall. Now it's a green wall.
Green.
Yeah.
So you can't buy any green clothes or you disappear, right?
I think most stations are green now.
Gary with a mark in the 5th frame, his second mark of the string, as he adds to his lead over John Zappi. Where is the technology going, Al? What can happen now? What new can happen that hasn't already been done?
Probably just maybe another type of radar, maybe additional computer models.
Did you think when you ever went to school back in Linden State, back in those years, that you'd need to be such a computer expert to do the weather?
I know, it's all computers now. When I was up there, we didn't have a graphics system, and everything's computer. It's also internet now.
Oh, he missed the spare.
And he knew
it. He knew it.
Yeah. Linden State is a pretty big college for meteorologists going to broadcast.
Yes, one of the big schools in New England.
9-box for Gary Carrington.
Well, it's only a 35-pin lead for Gary Carrington, which, considering the way it started, could have been a lot worse.
Even bowling is all computers now, right?
Yeah, a lot of
We used to
computers.
have a paper ballot.
Sure.
Paper.
With paper scoring, you go to the bowling centers now, and the scoring is done for you.
Yes.
Probably a lot of today's younger people, and kids especially, wouldn't know how to keep score if their life depended on it, because they never had to learn.
I know. We always used to put it on paper.
Yeah.
That way you could take 5 balls at a time, and no one would ever know.
That's right.
Yeah. John looking for a mark here, looking for his first mark of the string.
WCBC Rookie of the Year 2001 and 2002. He was number 4 in the overall rankings last year, and he has 1 Pro Tour win to his credit. He did it at Fast Lanes, your favorite place, in Stowe, Dick, March of last year.
63. Ross Wheeler at Fast Lanes does a great job. As I mentioned to you last time when we went to try to warm up there, prior to our grudge match, we couldn't get in the place. The place was jam-packed. Here's a strike by John. And he needed that badly. And that one took no time. Right in the 1-2 pocket. Watch this ball hit the pocket and watch them all fly. There they go. Beautifully thrown ball by John Zappi. Now Gary Carrington. Gary hits the head pin a little thin, leaves himself a split. Lefty, righty, Al, which way do you go? You're a right-handed bowler?
I'm a right-handed,
yeah.
Yes.
So it looks like as we tape this, the weather has been kind of peaceful, but the show is going to be shown on the 28th of March, and we just have no clue. Almost went. As Mike said, we could be digging up from 2 feet.
That's right. I've seen snow the end of March. Sure. Or even April.
Oh, yeah.
And a 9-box for Gary.
Even May of 1977. Remember, Mike, we had snow.
Well, I was living in Michigan at the time, so we probably had it the day before you got it out here.
Unbelievable. He's unbelievable. He gets counts that no one would ever think of.
And I think he'd rather not have wood out in front because there's some potential roadblocks there.
He knows all the roadblocks.
Yeah, he does. He sure does.
The mark in the 8th frame, that's up against the John Zappi strike, so that nullifies the mark that Zappi put on the board. You can hear Gary talking about the angles.
What was he saying about the Yankees?
The angles. Oh, what angles?
As I said, the Yankees.
The Yankees have all the angles. Maybe that's what he was saying. No. He was talking about playing the angles of the pins. John needs another mark. He's got it. So now John has a shot at some bonus money. And to put a respectable score on the board. John already has $50 in bonus money. Gary Carrington has $100 in bonus money. John missed the head pin, puts just 5 in the mark. 4 horsemen right side with the 8 pin in the back row. So he will be open. He is at 104. And a 105 second string for John Zappi.
Picked a bad time for an open frame, though.
Yep.
After you got a bit of a roll going.
Now Gary Carrington can really pile it on. Gary leads by 2 pins, plus a couple of boxes and a ball. So he could really take a 40 or 50 pin lead into the 3rd string. On lane 34. Will it go? Oh, it almost kicked into it. Gary puts 9 in the mark. Has a clean shot at the pin. Played the wood and the ball and the pin. Think he was trying that, Michael?
Yeah, I think so.
You do, huh?
He has really, really good luck playing the wood on those single spares. But, you know, you said it. He knows the angles.
2 marks in a row, looking for bonus money. Missed the head pin. Look at this. They continue to fall. The 1-7-10 stands, puts 7 in the mark. High-low jack, we've talked about it a couple of times today, but there's a piece of wood on the deck. Watch out, it's still got a shot at it. No, look at Gary. He's at 129. And it'll be a 130 second string for Gary Carrington. A 2-string total of 279. A 38-pin lead over John Zappi. We're headed to string number 3. Al Caprellian will stay with us a while longer as we go to break. You are watching Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV.
The Shipe family is now celebrating 100 years of serving the New England area with the finest in quality window fashions. Shipe's features an incredible array of ready-made curtains, matching bed ensembles, verticals, mini blinds, and pleated shades, and one of the area's finest selection of shower curtains and bath accessories. So we invite you to drop in, and you'll be delighted with the best little curtain shop in New England, where there is always something on sale.
Now's the time to get great Toyota values. $750 cash back on a quality-built Toyota Camry is a lot to like. Or you could get 0% APR financing. Or choose Highlander and get first-time ever cash back of $500 on all models, including those with available all-wheel drive and third-row seating. Toyota's nationwide sales event with legendary quality and incredible selection ends April 5th. Hey, what's not to like?
Cheerios and fruit. Some couples were just made for each other. Now, Berry Burst Cheerios brings together real bananas, strawberries, and those classic O's for a taste you can fall in love with again and again. New Strawberry Banana Berry Burst Cheerios.
Gary Carrington will be first to bowl as we start the 3rd string. I had him for 130. It was actually a 129 second string for Gary Carrington. And a 2-string total of 279. And a 38-pin lead over John Zappi. And he starts off with a half Worcester. Will he get it to go? No, not quite. Al Caprellian, the chief meteorologist from WNDS TV, is joining us. Al came in with a couple of his bowling trophies from his youth. Let's see, the years in this trophy. The first one was
72-73.
How old were you then?
I was born in what? 61, so I was about what?
12 years old, and this other trophy is from a couple of years later on. This is 76-77.
About 15, 16.
What? I think we need a WNDS bowling team. What do you think?
We should have a
Three of us?
team.
We
Couple
should.
more people. I'm all for it. And a softball team, all that kind of stuff, sure. Get Mike DeBlasi and Ted Panos to do all that stuff. We'd have a heck of a team.
5 on the team,
Sure. Right? That's it. We challenge anyone for charity. Gary will be open for the first 2 boxes of the 3rd string. Gary bowled a 463 triple last week out to Pralia. Isn't that unbelievable?
Unbelievable. These bowlers are great.
It really was spectacular.
John Zappi now has a chance to close the gap just a bit because he's up against 2 open frames. He's down 38 pins before he starts.
We can alert the truck that we'd like to come back from the break with the clip of the rock and roll from Pilgrim Lanes, if they could get that ready. And we'll come back from the break and show you that. There's a nice shot by John Zappi. He had the 4 horsemen on the right side and the 8 pin in the back.
It's the way Al would have done it, I know.
Al would have played it just that way. WNDS TV News Now at 7 and 10 on every night, and the noon news now, and Al Caprelian is coming at you from morning to midday tonight every day.
When
do
you sleep? not much during the week.
What time is your first one in the morning?
7.
7 o'clock in the morning, and he's there at 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock at night, right?
Yes, it's a long day.
Because they do News Now at 10, and then you have an update at 11.
Don't forget the weather phone and website on the weekend.
What's the weather phone number?
432-5050.
432-5050, 603 area code.
Wait, what's this 50-50 stuff? You flip a coin? Is that how you get the forecast?
Recording. That's the recording I update on weekends. Plus the website, WNDSweather.com.
So 24/7, you can get Al Caprelian just about. Gary Carrington, a good first ball. And the website is?
WNDSweather.com.
WNDSweather.com. And how often does that change, Al?
Oh, that's updated 7 days a week.
Updated 7 days a week. Gary Carrington with a mark.
How did the groundhog thing go at Alpine Grove this year?
Very good. We had a big turnout. Weather was nice and dry for a change.
Remember.
No ice or snow, Mike.
Yeah.
And Al speaks to a lot of school groups, too, during the course of the year.
And we do a lot of tours, too.
Yeah. A lot of tours at the station and a lot of school groups. And how can people get in touch with you for speaking engagement?
434-885. Oh, I almost gave the weather phone.
434-8850. That's the switchboard at WNDS TV. And Al Caprelian does a great job with kids. If you have a school group or a youth group and you'd like to have a personal appearance by Al Caprelian,
or even job shadows,
get in touch with the station at 434-8850. And Al will be happy to get back with you and set up an appearance, and the kids will love it. John Zappi, good first ball. Boy, he throws a good pocket shot. Deserved better, it seemed to me. That's the 4-pin still standing. And there it goes. The mark for John Zappi. What kind of a program do you put on for school groups and things of that nature? What do you do mostly?
Basically show them the weather maps and also talk a little bit about different areas of meteorology besides TV. How important math is.
Sure.
A lot of math, Dick and Mike.
Even now with all the computers?
Oh, yeah. I'd love to get you a Bachelor of Science degree. It's 3 semesters of calculus.
Oh, okay. I'll pass.
I saw that look, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike only needs 3 semesters of calculus.
That's it.
There you go.
Get my AMS seal.
So John will be open. And we will say goodbye to Al Caprelian. Thank him for coming by. It's a nice 10 blocks for Al. Thanks for showing the trophies. Yeah. Thanks for talking to us.
Sure. Thanks for having me. I had a great time.
And good luck to Al Caprelian, Chief Meteorologist at WNDS TV. As we go to the break, Gary Carrington leads John Zappi by 30 pins. We're right back to Leda Lanes in Nashua for Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV.
If you have shortness of breath or limited motion and thought a scooter was unaffordable, think again. For just $950, Lakeside Mobility and Scooter will deliver the Pride Go-Go right to your home. It's small, portable, inexpensive, and fits in the trunk of your car. Live life to the fullest with the Pride Go-Go for just $950. Just one more reason to get your ride at Lakeside. Call 1-877-652-7772 and get an affordable scooter that's right for you.
You know the great thing about flipping a coin? The odds are always the same. No matter how many times you flip, heads or tails will come up equally. Nice to know when you're playing the lottery's new daily game, heads or tails. Simply pick 5 of 34 numbers, then choose heads or tails. If you match 2 or more numbers, you win. If you match 2 or more numbers and match heads or tails, you win double, up to $50,000. It's a 50% chance to double your winnings every time you play. Well, almost.
Hi, I'm Rich Lovering of Lovering Volvo Concord.
And I'm Linda Lovering of Lovering Volvo in Nashua.
Announcing Lovering Volvo's all-wheel drive sales event going on now. You'll find special savings on every all-wheel drive left in stock. Wagons, sedans, and Volvo's XC90 are perfect for spring skiing. All-wheel drive wagons and sedans. Nothing sticks to snow like them.
Tippy-dot, 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 Inca Bibble Golden Crisp. Frank a newbie.
The word's spreading about new Golden Crisp. McCain Golden Crisps stay perfectly crisp and golden outside with real baked potato inside, so they taste like the best fries you've ever had.
Hammy whammy.
Toddy, too. But until you taste them, you just can't understand. New Golden Crisp from McCain. You won't get it till you get them.
Waffle May-May.
Back a couple of weeks ago, Michael and I had an opportunity to participate in the Rock and Bowl at Pilgrim Lanes in Haverhill. It's the 11th Rock and Bowl, and Mike's been involved with all of them, but he and I have been together for the last 5 years as participants with our grudge match, which we'll talk more about during the Tournament of Champions, but it's a great fundraising event.
Yeah, it cost over $30,000 to send the kids and some of their families to Canada every year for the big tournament, and so we're happy to do what small part we can to defray that cost. It's over $300 per kid to go, so if we can help raise a little money every year and for all the people that came out, we thank you. It was a great time, and in a couple of weeks, you'll get to see the beginning of Dick's and my grudge match, and that's when the bad blood started right there, when you started yanking at my pants there.
We had a great time. It was a lot of fun. The kids have a great time. There's Gary Carrington with one of the young bowlers, and we saw all the pro bowlers. There's Joe Tabernese, and all of the Bart Maderos. They have a great time. We have a great time, and we're really happy to be part of it. Now we're back to bowling, and Gary Carrington is ready to go at Leda Lanes in Nashua. Gary leads by 30 over John Zappi.
So you'll get to see the grudge match starting in 2 weeks, and all I will say is that you will be amazed at the performance of one of us. We won't say who or what happens. It was pretty amazing.
Gary missed the spare. Got some emails and letters to get to.
And we also want to mention, Dick, the Easter Sunday Classic, which is a lot of fun for people to come watch. Even though I realize it's a holiday for a lot of families, the Easter Sunday Classic is coming up on Sunday, the 11th of April, for those that would like to come to Leda Lanes. It's a 20-string tournament, $5,000 first prize, and you can bet you'll see this guy, Gary Carrington, and many of the other bowlers you see on our show looking for that $5,000 guaranteed first prize. Entries must be in 2 days before, which would be the 9th of April if you're a pro considering bowling this year. $150 entry fee. That's a pretty stiff entry fee, but there's some big money involved. It's a great time to come out and get some autographs and meet the bowlers on Easter Sunday here at Leda Lanes.
Mike, we got an email, and to be honest with you, I don't recall if we read it last month at the taping, because the date of the email would mean that perhaps we did, but I just don't remember. It's from Carol Bartlett from Lynn, Massachusetts, and she writes, Mike, have you been losing weight?
I get asked that a lot. Last summer I went on a small diet. I know I'm thin to begin with, but my clothes started getting tight, so I lost about 15 pounds in a couple months and have maintained the same weight ever since.
That's the answer to the question. The answer is yes.
But my health is fine and I'm feeling good.
Carol Bartlett from Lynn wanted to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
They don't miss a trick, do they, Dick?
Nope.
They didn't ask that about you.
No, they sure didn't. I was just thinking the same thing.
I know you try.
Nice shot by John Zappi. John trying to make a run. Gary Carrington leaving the door open a little bit with a couple of open frames, 3 in a row, 5 out of the 6 boxes he's bowled in the 3rd string. John threw a good first ball.
Yeah, if he can bang a couple back-to-back marks here, he can certainly pull within striking distance. And he could use some strikes, too, as a matter of fact. He's got the 10-pin with some wood that could be troublesome. If he clips the tip of the pin, it could deflect everything.
That's just what happened.
Yep.
He had to sneak the ball by the wood, and he couldn't.
Easier for a right-hander than a lefty.
He has to take a 10 box. That hurts.
Because he's shaved a few pins off.
He shaved 20 pins off the lead. It's now 18.
Cut it in half.
With 4 boxes to go, which is not insurmountable. And now Gary Carrington responds. This looks like a shot that you could make, Michael.
Don't give me too much credit here, Dick.
There it goes.
Into the home stretch. Gary Carrington padding his lead here with another spare.
Missed the head pin, but boy, does he get great counts. Look at them, they're all going to go. The backdoor strike. Unbelievable. Not even close to the head pin.
He did that last week, or was it 2 weeks ago?
And there they come. They just keep coming from behind and coming from behind, and there they go. John Zappi throws one in the pocket.
Yeah, he's saying, what's wrong with my shot?
Five-pin stares back at John. He's right on it. So Gary Carrington gives himself a little bit of a cushion with the double mark. Zappi needs to mark. Right on the head pin. Can't break up the split, though.
Throw it over.
The 2 and the 4 on the left, the 6 on the right. Gave it a shot, couldn't convert. Open frame, 8th box. Next 10 box for John Zappi. John Arena Jr. wrote an email. I wanted to write in and let you know, and the audience know, of an extraordinary group of people. It's Gary Carrington. Tries to make it 2 in a row, could not. The Dirty Dozen Bowling League is now in its 44th straight year. I was wondering which is the longest ongoing league that's still active. Maybe the viewers can write in with others. Does anybody know out there? The Dirty Dozen League started in 1960. Gary missed the strike at the Smithhurst family Concord, Massachusetts bowling alley. The place closed in the 70s. At that time, the league moved to Tito's Lanes in Maynard, which closed a few years later. They moved again to the present location in Acton, Mass, at the Acton Bowlodrome. His parents, John and Bobby Arena, Aunt and Uncle Joe and Mary Fasano, and their friends Joe and Vicky Umanida, Nelson and Mary Lou Powers, Millie and Bill Cadden, and John Pulaski have set a great example about committed friendships. Thank you, and keep on striking. John Arena Jr. from the Dirty Dozen Bowling League in their 44th straight year.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
That's wonderful. I know there are leagues that are older than that, and we'd certainly be happy to hear from you. Well, there's 2 makeable spares missed back-to-back by Gary Carrington. Looks like he's got it in the bag anyway.
119.
And only a 398. Saving it for next week in case he advances. Well, John needs 51 pins in the last 2 boxes.
Not going to happen.
And that's mathematically going to end it.
Open in the 9th. Gary Carrington will advance, trying to become the first number 4 seed to advance to the Tournament of Champions. A 9-box. For John Zappi, he's at 116. Carrington finished with a 398, by the way.
We've heard of the curse of the Bambino and the curse of the Cubs baseball, but the curse of the 4-hole has been the scourge of all these bowlers over the years, and Gary would like to, as you say, be the first to get into the Tournament of Champions, coming from the 4th position in a qualifying ladder.
And all that stands in his way is top seed Dan Allard,
who we know very little about. It'll be his first time on TV next week.
A 126 for John Zappi, a 3-string total of 367, a 31-pin win for Gary Carrington over John Zappi. We're back to meet the bowlers in just a moment when we continue from Leda Lanes in Nashua with Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV.
When it comes to roofing, nothing is stronger or more durable than a metal roof. And when it comes to metal roofs, nobody does them better than Manchester Steel. For a limited time, get 1,000 square feet of steel roofing installed on your home for just $38.50 in your choice of colors. You'll love the way it looks, and each roof is fully guaranteed. Put the strength of steel to work for you. Call Manchester Steel today at 877-219-1281.
Everybody from New England Motor Car, located on the Daniel Webster Highway in Nashua, New Hampshire, right across the street from the Pheasant Lane Mall. You know, the car business is all about satisfying the needs of our customers, and no one's needs are more important than those who are physically challenged. Here at New England Motor Car, we've got an excellent supply of vans that have been modified to fit your needs. You can get a van with a rear entry lift. You can get a van with a side entry lift. We've got over 70 vans in stock here. All of them can be modified to fit your needs. We can put swivel seats in these. We can put hand controls. We can raise the doors. Do anything that's possible to help you get around, to make your life a lot easier. We've got vans with TVs, DVD players, leather interior. Come on down to New England Motor Car. Let our staff meet with you. We'll help you choose the van that's right for you. New England Motor Car, 888-1207, Nashua, New Hampshire.
April, when seasons collide. Boston Bruins playoff action. Boston Red Sox baseball. When your teams play at the same time, follow Bruins playoff action on Nesson.
The Bruins win it in overtime.
And catch Red Sox baseball on CN8, the Comcast network. Because when your teams play at the same time, something's gotta give. For more channel information, log on to Nesson.com.
No matter which member of the Thompson family of dealerships you visit, you're sure to hit the mark. Nashua Mitsubishi, wake up and drive with the hottest imports on the market. Nashua Hyundai, when you get more and pay less with America's best warranty, you win. McMulkin Chevrolet Cadillac, break through with the best cars and the best value. As always, we'll be there. Shopping at the Thompson family of dealerships is like bowling a perfect game. You can't miss. It's all off the DW Highway in the Automotive Village, South Nashua.
Gary Carrington defeats John Zappi. The final score was 398 to 367. For John, we have runner-up money of $550, another $50 in bonus money. He's a tough guy.
Oh, yeah. He's been bowling great. You know, I made a little run at him the first string there, but I couldn't keep up with him after that.
When he gets a backdoor strike, and then you throw a ball in the pocket and leave a 5-pin stand, and you got to start talking to yourself.
Yeah, no, that's the way it goes. That's the game. You know, when you're hot, you're hot, and that's it.
Well, we hope to see you back again soon. John Zappi, our runner-up here this afternoon.
Sure.
Thanks to John Zappi from Quincy, Massachusetts. And now Gary Carrington will get Gary up for the bonus ball contest. We'll draw a postcard up and see if we can give away $50 to Carl Schiavone of Lawrence, Massachusetts, who wants you to get an 8. And it's a 6. It's a consolation prize from N&R Trophies in Winchendon, Massachusetts for Carl Schiavone of Lawrence, Massachusetts. Gary Carrington, we have an additional $100 in bonus money and then $50 for having the high string in the match. You are on somewhat of a roll, young man.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well right now. I hope I can keep it going to the next match, too.
Mike was telling me that when he was talking to you last week, talking about the number 4 hole being a jinx hole, you assured him that was going to change.
I assured him I was going to give him my best shot to make a change. That's
a good one.
And I'm in the finals, so we'll see what happens.
You are facing, well, at least to us, somewhat of an unknown quantity. We don't know much about Dan Allard. Have you crossed paths with him at all? Or?
Yes, I don't know him personally. I've heard the name before. I know he bowls out of Linway in Lynn, and he's a pretty good bowler. Yes, he is. So
it'll be an interesting match. Tough one to handicap.
Yeah, all the Lynn bowlers, they're all pretty good.
They are.
Yeah.
It's something in the water in the North Shore. Gary, thanks very much. We look forward to seeing you. Good luck to Gary Carrington. He'll be in the championship match next week, and we will know who will be the final bowler in our Tournament of Champions.
Tournament of Champions starts in 2 weeks, and Dan Allard, or will it be Gary Carrington? We'll know this week, next time.
For Mike Morin and our entire crew, I'm Dick Lutz. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Candlepin Stars and Stripes. Remember, when you're looking for something to do, get the gang together, and let's go bowling. We'll see you next time. So long, everybody.